don't know. Yeah, this might not be live.
We don't even know we're live right now.
This might be lies.
Week in, week out, we are always
Hey,
surprised
there it is.
as to
How's
what is
it,
going
everyone? Welcome to Fine, I'll Watch It. I am Smokin Phat J.
on. I am Matt Christyosa.
I'm Copiosa.
and we're here as we are every week to bring you whatever is the latest in nerd, and sometimes like last week, not the latest necessarily.
But it's still recent.
Yes, but we are on topic today. We are reviewing Furiosa, the Mad Max Fury Road prequel.
As 3 of the 100 people who saw the movie in theaters.
Yeah, which is currently not doing well. But
you all went and saw Dune 2? That piece of shit, and you won't watch this, which is actually good.
Yeah.
Like, it's got sand, there's a white savior somewhere in there, but, like, it's not dumb as shit as Dune 2, so it'd be nice if you all use that Dune 2 money over here.
And make sure you hit that like and subscribe.
yeah, that's right. Like and subscribe for more Dune hot takes.
You fucking morons.
Yeah. It's not hot takes, it's do not takes.
Do not takes, yeah, exactly.
Oh dear.
We all watched
Yep.
Furiosa. Yeah, it is not doing good at the box office right now.
unfortunately.
I also saw though that Fury Road didn't do good at the box office at the start either.
Fury Road kind of bombed. People forget this. When it came out, we'll get into this, but Mad Max Fury Road, when it came out, there was nothing but bad press, and then a couple weeks before the critics saw it, the studio went nuts and was like, this is our best film maybe of the year. We need to up the marketing. And then they were like, Mad Max Fury Road, go see it. And then only a handful of us did. And those of us who did see it in theater were like, "Oh my god, that is brilliant!" But not a lot did. It made something like 55. It didn't make a lot in theaters. Now on demand and everything else, it made a lot more, and it did so well. And Warner Brothers liked it so much that they were like they pseudo greenlit 2 sequels.
Well, also not only that, it really
demand.
picked up when it came out that it was up for so many Oscars. Like that's really where people were, I know I didn't watch it in theaters. I watched it later. I didn't catch Mad Max Fury Road until later.
I saw it in theaters, and I didn't see it the first week. I think I saw it the second week, and there were still more people in that showing of Fury Road than there were in me seeing Furiosa the opening weekend.
Yeah.
I saw it the second week as well at a goddamn AMC, which, you should win an award if you step into an AMC to watch a movie theater these days. And then I watched it, and I went into Fury Road with such a chip on my shoulder and such a big can of haterade. I'm very indifferent to the religions of the world, and I'm not a super Mel Gibson fan or anything, but he did start the whole reason why it became famous was because he was becoming famous at the time, and George Miller's direction was being famous. So it kind of felt like if you're not going to use Mel Gibson, I don't really know if it could survive without it.
Well,
was my attitude.
Gibson wasn't famous from the first movie, though. Gibson became more famous in the second movie.
Yeah, but it's the fact that he never left it, even after Lethal Weapon and everything, he still did Thunderdome. Yeah. And if you know anything about the history, Thunderdome was a great big pile of like monkey shit from beginning to end. So was Fury Road for a lot of people. But in the end, it's like I was shocked, and we'll get into this. Mad Max Fury Road, the last movie from, what was that, 2015?
Yep, 9 years ago.
It still is. My opinion, it's in my top 5 of films for the last 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like without a doubt.
Yeah, it's an amazing movie. I definitely agree, and it was kind of weird coming 9 years later doing a prequel though. It does feel like a strange move to make. Now apparently they wanted to do this movie together, right? Didn't they want to shoot both of these together?
They definitely want to do it a lot sooner than they did, but yeah.
So
because Charlize Theron was going to play her own character when it was originally going to be made.
Right.
But this is classic fucking Mad Max. There was Mad Max movies in development from like 96 until 2015. And all of them bombed until Fury Road. Like Mel Gibson was going to be Mad Max in like 3 different films. and they all got scrapped.
Sigourney
just like
Weaver
George
was going to
Miller's
play
Justice
Furiosa
League.
originally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Well, let's talk about this movie. Let's do like we normally do. What are our general opinions before we get into the meat and potatoes of it?
Fury Road is still a better movie than this, but this is a wonderful movie. Probably, for what I've seen, the best movie in theaters this year, I think, so far.
Okay. All right. Go.
Yeah. I'm going to be the haterade on this one, and my haterade of this is saying it's got a couple flaws.
It does.
Is like, that's my haterade. Fury Road, in my opinion, has no flaws, which is weird for me to say that, but it's a visual storytelling film, and the script in Fury Road, I would guess, is probably 20 pages long.
Oh.
And the movie actually says more than most films ever will.
Well, the Fury Road is basically a storyboard.
So was this one.
I know.
I
know, but I'm saying he wants
to do it visually now. He doesn't care about lines or dialogue. He wants to look at a board and go, this shot to this shot to this shot to this shot.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be a little bit of haterade on this, where it's like there are problems with this film, in my opinion. Like, it's a little too long, a little too much is trying to happen and try to do. And it's a prequel, and I hate prequels. But best film of the year. It's the best movie I've seen in a theater in months.
Yeah.
It's the longest movie I've seen probably outside of the Dune movies in a while, and it felt the fastest.
Yeah, no, see,
because
like you, I enjoyed Dune 2. It was lesser than the original Dune, but I at least enjoyed Dune 2, whereas I know you just outright hated it, which is fine. I understand why you hated it.
As soon as we got to the 18th scene of walking on sand, I was like, you need a script, man, motherfucker. These motherfuckers, Furiosa had no script, and there was no time to learn to walk on sand, okay? There was, they did a montage in, 3 seconds. Even their montages were like, there's a climactic, we'll get into it, there's a climactic war in this, and they're like, yep, a battle happened, bop, 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 moving on. And I was just like, fuck me.
I call it the Hobbit battle from the book.
Right.
Yeah,
if you know the book, The Hobbit, the War of the Five Armies, that was that.
Which works well in this because it's not about that fucking battle. It works so well. But really, we got to the battle. We'll get to it. The voiceover narration. Wars happen. Fuck it. What's Furiosa doing? That's what I want to know. And there hasn't been voiceover the entire time. Mad Max always used to have narrators, so it was cool to have that come back. But it was at no point was it I'm the narrator. None of that was established. Just at one point somebody starts narrating, and at the end of Act 3, I know you expected an Act 3, but we didn't shoot one.
That was the end of Act 4.
So,
that was the end of Act 4.
Yeah, that would be my thing with this. I don't think that it was great. I think it was really good. I do agree that one of the best I've seen this year so far in theaters. I agree with all that. That being said, it dragged a lot for me. You know what I mean? It did not have the pacing of Fury Road. No. It didn't. There was a lot of lulls for me that was real. It was a trek. It was a trek to get through. So.
And let's do it. We can do
also.
Segue. Let's go.
Yeah, let's just say, what were we? 45 minutes before Anya Taylor-Joy shows up in the movie? Maybe an hour?
1 hour.
1 hour. Okay.
5 minutes.
More.
I don't even know who that motherfucker is. I'm getting to that old guy age.
Well.
Where I was like, who's little Charlize Theron now? No, now there's a middle Charlize Theron. I thought there was a little Charlize Theron. It's there's 18 Furiosas in
She was the voice of Peach in your favorite Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Yes, that's true.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and
good for her.
And she was his sister in that popped up randomly in a vision in Dune 2.
Yeah, she was also in Dune 2.
Oh,
wow. That vision where the girl, he's talking to the girl.
Something else very topical for us. She played Magic, one of the X-Men in that terrible New Mutants movie.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. Which may be one of the live ones I make you guys watch someday.
Okay.
Well, okay, so let's go into, we normally talk about what we didn't like and what we did like. It sounds like there's a lot of positivity, but let's go over the stuff we did not like about Furiosa. And I can start with a segue on that right away. I was watching some reviews, both before I watched it and after I watched it, because I don't care about spoilers. And I think Red Letter Media and a couple other people were comparing these two movies to like Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2. Where it's Kill Bill Volume 1 is all over the top action, and Kill Bill Volume 2 is the actual story. Mm-hmm. I agree with that, in that concept of like Fury Road is all action, and this is the story that leads up to that action. I would have one asterisk next to that. And you can, everybody can hate me all they want, but Quentin Tarantino is a much more talented writer than George Miller and his wife ever will be. Like, it's like, and I think George Miller and his wife are fucking geniuses. But it's I haven't seen Kill Bill Volume 2 maybe in 20 years, maybe 15 years. It's been a long time. I probably could roughly recite the Superman Clark Kent speech. And it's because Quentin Tarantino knows how to write those lines and write those speeches that stay with you forever. And there's no line or any moment in this movie that is as good or at that quality of writing. So it's like, if we're taking a step back and we're focusing more on the character development, that's not really George Miller's lane. Like, it's like, and I still love this movie, and I love the moments of development we did do. But yeah, for me, the first big bitch is if it's a movie where we want the breathing room to have the dialogue, your dialogue's not as well written as others.
Yeah. I'll say that, like, this is something that you would say a lot about being a prequel. There was other than Chris Hemsworth, which I want to go out and say, wonderful. Like, I loved that character.
He's like
one of my favorite parts of the movie. I loved a lot of the characters in this, except Furiosa, which, other than finding out how she lost her arm, and they throwing a little extra importance on that was completely unnecessary, in my opinion. Like, yeah. It just, they didn't add anything to the story. I much would have rather seen what the fuck happens at the end of Fury Road. Like, what happens now that they've taken over the Citadel and they're going to grow fucking trees? And, of course, people have to come after them and try to, take over a bunch, So introduce your Chris Hemsworth character coming in trying to take the Citadel away. You know what I mean? Then give me that character, but in a forwarding this character's story, giving them new conflict to deal with, not conflict that I've already seen the resolution of. You know what I mean? So and not adding anything extra to it.
Well, I disagree with the not adding anything extra, because I understand her journey to be and why he told the story he did with that character. Because the only thing that was really lost in the first movie was the full reason for her reaction once they got to the end of the first part of their journey. When she met up with the women from the green place that she used to know, her reaction and being upset and everything like that, okay, you can understand based around the context and everything like that, but it wasn't fully relevant at that time why she was so upset about it and everything like that. I think this establishes why that relevance is there and why there's relevance to her committing to Max's plan in Fury Road to go take back the Citadel for herself to reestablish a new green place for herself.
Yeah, it doesn't make me go, that means makes this better. Like, it just doesn't.
That's fine.
But yes, I get it. It does show that. It does give more of why everything was so important to her. But to me, it was like, I didn't really need that. I got that in the better movie.
I think that's fine. I mean, that's fine.
Prequels are hard to do. It's like, we had the Mad Max filler guy role in this movie, and I liked him, but like every line he had, all I could think about, like, motherfucker, you are dead on page 10, and this is only a 20-page script. Like, you're not in the next movie, so I know you don't make it, pal. Like, I don't that's the problem with prequels. We know how it ends, so any sort of stakes are limited.
Well, I mean, we talked more about certain things they pulled and whatnot for what made this movie and what wasn't in the previous other movie and everything like that. But we'll get to that in a minute. For me, negative, the heavier reliance on CGI at certain times.
Yeah.
Like, I really did.
Some of the shots don't look good.
No.
Like every shot in Fury Road looks fucking amazing. And the shots in this, some of them are gorgeous, some of them are amazing, and then some shots are. I think Chris Hemsworth is in Sin City. He's in a Sin City green screen, smacking against it. Like it just looked. It looked like bad green screening of it.
I don't see, and I think everything was a practical set. What it was the coloring on the film. The coloring they used for the shots and everything. It did make it look like everybody was on a green screen acting, but I don't think that was the case. I think majority of it was a practical set. Like Morton Joe's throne room, that was a practical set. The only thing that was probably CGI
that looks gorgeous.
was what the view outside the window. It's like, okay, whatever on that. I don't care one way or the other. But like in the beginning of the movie where his mom and the other gal go to rescue Furiosa, like that shot of her jumping on the horse, which was clearly done in post CGI. I was like, It's like why do you need that when everything else you're going to do is practical and looks good, and just it's certain CGI shots and certain things they added into it just made it look not clean at certain times, and that was bothersome.
Yeah,
there was,
and honestly, at 2 hours and 25, it does breeze by, but it also like you could have tighten this up more, and for me that's my biggest gripes is like one, introducing these new guys and the comically unnecessary cameo of Mad Max, like the spit take Sideshow Bob equivalent of a cameo is like, I don't know why it's there, like other than yep. So that felt like just kind of weird. It just felt like I don't know why that's in the movie at all. But I also thought like showing scenes from Fury Road at the end were like unnecessary. I knew exactly everything by the end of this movie, which is a compliment I can give it as a prequel, where I was like, oh, and we'll get into the stuff we liked, which is because Chris Hemsworth is such a fucking incompetent idiot, he has destroyed what little government is left in the fucking post-apocalyptic world. And we need to establish some order. Like, I'm not like an Immortal Joe fascist fan, but he's got water, you got oil, and you got bullets. Let's work a deal, motherfuckers. Like, there ain't no Gaza Strip here. Let's work this out. Like, don't worry, Dan Snyder.
We're throwing all the hits in now, eh? Okay.
There we go. Boom.
So, okay, so well, let's talk about any more beefs. Does anybody have any more beefs with this movie?
I don't know that I really do have any more beefs. I mean, I agree that it's probably long. Chapter 3 is probably the weakest chapter of the 5. Or Act 3, the one where the one where they CGI her smaller than she is. Because Act 3 is when it becomes Anya Taylor-Joy playing the role.
Right.
But they make her smaller than she actually is when she's in chapters 4 and 5. It just looked off, and I almost doubted myself in thinking that it really was Anya Taylor-Joy playing the character at that point in time. Because every time they did a wide shot and just like how much shorter she's standing than anybody else, it said, I know she's not big, but she's not that small, and maybe it's another child actor.
And then later on, she looks more proportionate.
Yeah,
she looks.
And that wasn't Charlize Theron's voice in
that was
like
her doing her best impression of her that she could.
Fucking good job. No, I don't know. Little skinny female actor. I don't know who you are. I've not seen your work. So I saw the Willy Wonka guy in a couple movies. It's fine. Not impressed. Not hated. Just like, oh, he exists. And so I don't know who you are, but you did a really good job. And like, especially like the last half of this movie, she's great.
Mhm.
Like she's not
She's
bad
the
at
Queen's
all.
Gambit
Like
chick,
Yeah,
right?
she's the star of Queen's Gambit, that
That's
series
the
on
good
Netflix
series, yeah.
about chess.
oh yeah, that
That's her.
one.
Oh yeah, that one. No, it's actually really good.
The what is it called? Ladies Gambit.
Queen's
Queen's
Gambit.
Gambit, yeah.
Yeah.
That's her. That's Anya Taylor-Joy.
I think Rogue is Gambit.
She's also the lead in Split.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did. I actually enjoyed Split.
Yeah.
No, so there's a lot of things you've seen her in, but yeah, no, she's a kind of
Yeah.
So
enigma
you
in
do
terms
know
of-
her work. You just don't remember
You just
her.
don't recognize.
guess,
You just
yeah.
don't recognize it as her, which is fair.
Acting.
Yeah. That's acting right there.
There
I
you
didn't
go.
know. She played a plant outside my apartment complex for 2 years. I didn't know it was her. Yeah, she wasn't bad. There's no actor in this that like even God, him and his stunt actors as cast has always been rough, but they do it well enough that it's hard to like. Immortal Joe's kids, who are obviously stunt actors who don't know how to
I
act.
know, and one
are
of them's
kinda
named Scrotum
great
or
in
something.
Scrotus.
Yeah, sure.
Well, so here's the story on that.
It's great.
So Scrotus wasn't in Fury Road.
No, he's in the
But
video
there-
game or something, right?
He was in he was in the video game. He was in the comic that they made around Fury
Yeah.
Road to explain certain characters and everything like
The
he-
prequel
yeah,
about
he
Immortus
was the-
Joe.
that. He was the third son of Immortan Joe.
Okay.
The actor who played the other son, opposite Nathan Jones's Rictus, died
Mhm.
between the time of making the first movie, making this movie. So instead of
So did the guy playing
no more
Immortal
Joe, yes,
passed.
but because he was
Yeah.
an important character, they couldn't do anything but had to replace him. They didn't want to replace. They didn't
Okay.
want to replace that actor, so they brought this other character, which already existed in the known universe for these characters, in a logical spot to put him in. Which is why you don't see him later, because at some point he dies between point A and point B. So.
Okay, yeah. And we don't even need that.
No,
like,
we
I-
don't.
I-
But
yeah,
that's who he is. He is one of Morton Joe's sons, but he was the third son and not the one you saw in Fury Road.
okay.
So. Which is why, but Nathan Jones,
but that-
Nathan Jones, and most of the other characters or actors returned as their same parts. So
I don't really have any other big bitches about anything other than I think the movie was pointless and too long.
Yeah, but like, well, no, that's a fair. It's a prequel, and it's a 2 hours and 25-minute movie. Yeah. Having said that, God, the buffoonery of the villain in this movie was so refreshing.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we needed a fucking Home Alone villain in the Mad Max world, but we did. Like, because Immortal Joe was kind of a badass through all of Fury Road. Like, he had good motivation. I need a child that is not fucking a mutant filled with cancerous tumors. You know, no ruined comic book character for my son. And the girl that I'm raping, that's going to have my perfect son, you've stolen. Because you're trying to free them, and it's like wonderful motivation for him. He actually at one point in Fury Road sacrifices himself like to save everybody because he's trying to keep his legacy alive. Like, it's like Immortal Joe is a horrible piece of shit, is a well thought out, very interesting, very ruthless villain. Chris Hemsworth is a villain, which is awesome. Like, he fails, all of his plans fail. He does not have one plan that succeeds properly.
No.
He has ones that he forces, like a freshman, like fucking on prom night. Like, it's gross and disgusting and pathetic. Like, everything he just forces. When we go to Bullet Town, we don't even really know what he's got going on there.
No.
Like, if they're even making bullets anymore. I don't know if they're making gas. Like,
well, I
killed-
don't think he's been in Bullet Town that long by the time we find him there.
No.
I
He
think
just
he
got there.
literally had just taken it over.
Yeah, like the day before at most.
because it was 3 days from the last
Yeah.
one, so you figure like a day or two to get over there and take it over.
As soon as they left, I think he started burning Gastown and headed straight over and
Hmm.
slaughtered everybody who was there.
Yeah, man. Don't blame me. I voted for Immortal Joe. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. Like, good Lord, there are bad dictators out there, all right, folks? Not all of them are going to provide you with fucking with water, for 2 minutes every 3 months. So, like, some of them will actually cause you harm. So,
Come on, use the more proper quote. Don't blame me. I voted for Kang.
I voted for Kang,
Listen,
man.
we could spin Immortus Joe into a loving dictator. You know what I mean?
Well,
Loving.
it's just like, it's the idea of a dictator with a plan and a dictator with no plan. And like, while a dictator with a plan is still like keeping everybody hostage, you know, raping any women they want, and it just being this horrible kind of awful thing. At least, like, I understand. It's weird. Like, I understand the Immortal Joes now more. I understand the anger in Fury Road more from the Bullet Town guys of like, dude, again with one of these now Furiosa's gonna fucking burn everything. Fuck that. Clamp my nipples, load the gun. I'm gonna go kill this bitch myself. Like, I understand the like, now when you go, one of the scenes I loved in Mad Max Fury Road was the Bullet Town guys like, why the fuck are we doing this? Like, they were like mad that they had to kill her. Like, they're like on the side of the road, we do it because we're told, blah, 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 blah. And it's seeing this shit was like kind of great. Like, and I get the want to make this movie. He made such a rich world that the storytelling in Mad Max Fury Road, we could not show you this rich world. So that's the reason for this movie, which 10 years ago, I would have said, fuck you, you don't need it. So far this year, I've seen like the Dune movies of them walking on sand for like an hour, doing nothing, that ends in a knife fight. Love it. I've seen, you know, Lisa Frankenstein. I've seen a nun get possessed by the devil in like 4 different movies, so much so that I don't know which movie's which anymore. Like, all I know is the devil loves fucking nuns. Like, I did not know that, because, like...
The irony. The devil loves irony. That's what it is.
Yeah, I guess so. He just loves, like...
we also got to see a rebel moon, too. Don't forget.
So
a rebellion on a moon.
The greatest thing they did with the Morton Joe in this movie was tone him down and relegate him to the background a little more, because the movie knew that Chris Hemsworth's character was the main antagonist villain of this movie, and you don't need, because you've seen Fury Road, you know how Morton Joe is. You don't need Morton Joe and his evil ways to take prominence, because then you might actually side with Chris Hemsworth more. So
there's so many things they did that were really interesting with the Chris Hemsworth character. Like, he seems kind of smart and sinister at the start, but we're also seeing it through a child's eyes. And then as she gets older, the more we see him just look stupid and dumb, till we end the movie growing a Groot out of his cock. Like, we don't even, like, by the end, it's literally we killed him by slipping on a banana peel. Like, I don't even know, like, why that go that ridiculous, other than to prove, like, oh, there are these type of people in the world, and you gotta point out how ridiculous they are. Well, when they come along.
That's the thing, though, is the narrator reliable? Because is that really what happened to him? Who knows?
Well, it's also,
the movie even says that. Who knows what this really happened to him?
I think in Mad Max 2, one of the narrations it's either in Mad Max 2 or it might be I think it's 2, but they say like the oceans were evaporated after the nuclear war. It's one of the narrator lines, and then like I was watching this movie and I was like, "Yep, them look like oceans. Them look like oceans there." In that line, so it's like, and I get George Miller said many times they're tales.
Right.
They're like
their tales kind of told throughout
the Max movies.
Uh-oh.
No, James Cope's buffering out.
James, are you there?
Oh no.
Oh no. James, you might be out for
Did I disappear?
Yeah, you kind of disappeared a little bit.
You're kind of frozen on screen now, but we can hear you again.
Yeah, we can hear you now, though, so.
Or we can't.
Or we can't hear you. Well, we'll see what's.
We'll see it.
How are we doing?
Hello?
Hello?
James Cope? Well, we'll talk around.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Am I
Yeah,
here?
we can hear you.
can hear
We
you.
cannot see you,
But
but
that's fine.
that's
There's
okay.
Oh,
there's
thank
a
God.
perfect image of you on
Well,
screen
yeah,
for
we
the
can
rest of
see
this
you
show.
just like looking
There you
with
go.
like
I can see it. It's a
like
good
a
one.
psycho. Yeah, that's great. That's you.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's gonna be my funeral
There-
photo. So leave it up.
I'm just gonna put coins over the eyes. You're kind of coming
Oh,
back.
hey, now you're back.
Hey, what's up?
No, you're not. You're
all
just
right,
smaller.
goodbye.
Now he's the devil
You've been
on
Anya
Matt
Taylor-Joy'd.
Christie's shoulder. Yeah.
Get away from me, Dan Snyder.
Again, the action in this is fantastic. I don't think it moves the clip that the previous film did, and that's one of my gripes. But the action that is in this looks great. I didn't really have the issues with the CGI for myself. I didn't notice a bunch of that.
Well, no,
personally.
because most of what you saw was practical.
Sure.
It's the times that they use CGI that it was blatant, and that was where my problem was. Because they use CGI to better effect in Fury Road to balance out certain things they need, add certain things in that were going to be dangerous to actors outside of just the stunts, or to embellish certain things. But in this, they use CGI more for times where it didn't seem like they needed to use CGI, and that was why I had a problem with it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I just didn't. It wasn't as blatant to me. I didn't see it as much. I thought visually stunning. Again, the actors were amazing. Just the story wasn't riveting.
For Chris Hemsworth's character, it's believed, which I don't know if it's been confirmed or anything like yet, but the voice of the caller at the beginning of the movie, in the sound over at the beginning of the movie, is supposedly supposed to be him.
Him who?
Chris Hemsworth, his actual real persona.
Okay.
Prior to him becoming Dementus. So he's talking about his family dying, and he's basically calling it what seems to be like a suicide line to be talked out of killing himself.
All right, that's interesting.
So it's at that point it sets up his fall from sanity, which just continues on through the rest of this movie and gets worse and worse, which is great for a character.
Dr. Dementus.
Dr. Dementus. That you have a antagonist who has lost mental facilities for the most part and just gets crazier and crazier. And it's not apologetic.
Yeah. All right. Well.
So, and I also enjoyed the ending.
Hey,
it's live, James Cove. Get away from me.
How's it going? What's up, man?
No. Don't Snyder me.
Come on, I'll make you a star on my second-rate Nickelodeon show.
Let's say I also enjoyed Hemsworth and Taylor-Joy at the end. Their confrontation at the end.
Okay.
That she said one thing that she kept repeating, and Hemsworth barely acknowledged what she was saying because he was gone. Where she kept saying, I want my family back, I want my life back, and he just wouldn't acknowledge her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the choice, whether Miller wrote that or whether that was something they discussed and Hemsworth just went with it, it worked really well, and I enjoyed that scene between the two of them.
All right.
So.
I can't get over you. Look like you're looking right into his soul right now. You're just like, hey, can I get some of that soul? I don't got one, right?
Hey, why do you got to bring that up? I told you that in privacy.
I'm just saying, bro. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Should we rate this thing?
Sure.
Gentlemen? All right.
Yeah, apparently. I'm on like 4 devices here.
All right. We love it. We love it. Let's go and rate this. Do you know how to get to the rating?
I do. It's already there.
All right.
Okay.
It's out of 3. You can do
Out of 3?
halves.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, if it's out of 3, I'm going to go 2.5. Seems awfully low in retrospect if you've seen any of our other shows.
Maybe I can go
Oh no, she
then
can't go 5.
Then 4. He's Funko version. It's great. My Jesse. Okay, 4.
There you go.
So just so you know, Jesse asked me what should we do for ratings. I said, let's do Ragnarok, Thor, and then Love and Thunder, Thor.
Love it.
A decent Chris Hemsworth performance, and a kind of crappy Chris Hemsworth performance.
There you go.
So
All
this
right.
sits above it. 4, yeah, not perfect. I think once this movie comes out and you can watch it whenever you want to at home, I think it will work well as an actual prequel going into Fury Road.
Yeah.
If you watch this first and then watch Fury Road, it's not that it makes Fury Road better, but I think it'll work as a cohesive whole set between the two movies.
Yeah. I honestly, my joke was when I got done with watching it was we just watched the Zack Snyder cut of Fury Road. So
there wasn't enough grain in this movie.
yeah. So I'm going to give this 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
This is not perfect. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we're good. We're telling. Well, Jesse's gone.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna do a 4 out of 5. Fury Road is perfect for me. This is good. It is good. It is so much better than anything I've seen at the theater. At the same time, the dialogue is not as good as a film that's 2 hours and 25 minutes, and there were just kind of like some issues with it for me. It being a prequel, some of the effects didn't really work for me, and there was no scene of dialogue that I was like blown away. It was good. It just wasn't great, you know?
Yep, I do. I am going to say that I think, again, the acting was great. I thought that it was a gorgeous movie that was too long and pointless. So I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5.
Yep.
That's what I'll give it. All right, yeah.
Have you seen The Pope's
Enough
Exorcist?
said. I've not.
The Pope isn't in it.
No.
Well, it's not about the Pope. It's about the Pope's Exorcist.
Yeah, it's about the Pope's Exorcist, right?
Okay, yeah, good point. I don't know why it's got that title.
Because it's about the Pope's Exorcist.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm the Pope's plumber, and you're gonna watch me battle critters.
Uh-huh.
It's called the Pope's plumber.
Yep.
Nope, it's called critters.
Hey, hold up
no,
one second. Wait a second. Do you think the Pope talks to the fucking plumber at the Vatican? Is this what you think happens? You think he calls up, hey, I need you to come out and fix some my plumbing out here. I'll meet you at the door. Like, that's not how I'm fucking. He's Italian, right? I don't know.
All the popes are Italian.
Yeah, they're all Italian, right?
All of them.
So,
as soon as they become pope, they become Italian, even if they were never Italian to begin with.
you're gonna be the first person canceled for doing an bad Italian accent.
There
too,
you go,
right?
yeah. How dare you make a fun of
Hey!
my accent? I know. So, Mamma Mia! What a Mario Brothers!
Also, you act like there's not some low B-grade movie that wouldn't use the title The Pope's Plumber.
The Pope's plumber.
To have a shitty action horror movie.
No.
A literally shitty one.
It's a porno.
Yeah.
The Pope's got his pipes back
Oh,
up.
that's it. Yeah, gay porn,
Yeah,
100%.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay.
Mamma Mia.
Dan
Mamma mia!
Dan
It's a
Snyder?
Furiosa was amazing.
If you're
3.5.
just tuning in, it's our bash on Italians night.
That's it. Yeah.
So,
Wow.
they had it coming.
James Dan Snyder Copes on my shoulder.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I'm
Uh,
gonna make you a star in a show nobody's ever heard of or watched. I hope you got low expectations. You're about to be a Dan Snyder victim.
okay, so listen, guys.
Sorry for your pain.
We got next week. We are starting with The Acolyte.
Oh,
2
yes.
episodes,
2
right?
episodes of The Acolyte. Right back in our wheelhouse.
What the fuck is
Right back in
Acolyte?
James Cope's wheelhouse of
That's
not knowing a
right.
Star Wars property.
Star Wars.
God damn it with this Star Wars.
We have what is it? Is it 8 episodes?
Is it another Death
Probably.
Star?
I think it's 8 episodes. I don't know.
We're going to be going back in the Wayback Machine to the High Republic era with the Acolyte. What do we got? We got the guy from Squid Game.
Yeah.
Who else?
We have Carrie Ann Moss,
Carrie Ann
who
Moss.
will be in the first episode.
At least.
She's totally not going to die in that episode.
Totally
She's
not.
totally not going to be the dead Jedi.
She's totally not going to be the whole reason why the other guy
The
gets
plot
called.
goes, yeah. Totally not going to happen. We have
She uses the Matrix the entire episode.
we got a Wookiee Jedi.
We do. I love it.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I think it's
Gotta have
probably the Wookiee. I think it might be the Wookiee Jedi that's in the books too. There's a Wookiee Jedi, a young Wookiee Jedi in the books.
We
This takes place a
told
little later.
well,
we totally don't have a situation of identical twins.
Oh no.
Totally don't have that.
If the Christmas special or the holiday special is canon, I would like to see the Jedi Wookiees take on Life Day. So, like, how important is it to them? Things like that.
We got some live younglings
Yeah. They're alive.
who are
so
not in immediate
far.
who are not immediate
Aw.
who are not immediately up for slaughter.
Yeah, exactly. We'll become Jedi someday, won't we, Mr. Homer?
Oh no, they will. This takes place 100 years before Phantom Menace, so these ones will live.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Tell it to Yoda.
Maybe. Maybe.
We'll see if
though.
we have Yoda. I don't know if we.
Oh, Yoda will definitely show up in this series. They're definitely having a young Yoda in this series.
They're gonna put him in episode 5 or 6, and they realize, oh, we need viewers.
Yeah.
We're gonna throw Yoda in.
Oh yeah. Well, they already have that
because
plan.
that's what it'll seem like.
Yeah. So we got the first two
The
episodes.
Star TV show did Dan Snyder offer me?
And then just for James Cope, right after Acolyte, we're gonna watch Star Wars Rebels.
Good
to
lordy.
force-
So much Star Wars.
James Cope says
We're just adding. We're adding in a second show a week, watching,
to force
rewatching
just to
all
force
of the
James
Clones
Cope to
Wars
watch
and then the
Rebels.
Rebels show. So
Okay.
that'll be going on for the next 52 weeks. You guys get ready.
Dude, Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2 and half of 2
Half of 3.
that was the good episodes of Boba Fett were great. So I would love more of that.
Well, hopefully we'll get some more of that in the Acolyte.
We'll see. Acolyte. Because we got Skeleton Crew maybe this year as well.
Maybe. Okay, so
Good God, man.
yeah, it's Star Wars.
Aren't you broke, Disney?
No, man, they got more money. They
No,
got-
Yeah, fucking tell it to the great
They're-
big pit that ate whist.
they're-
So, like, yeah, go ahead. Go
They
ahead.
got Moana 2 coming out at Thanksgiving, baby. They're set.
Yeah, they're gonna need
They
it.
got Inside. They got
Fucking-
Inside Out 2 in what, like 3 weeks?
They're gonna need that too.
Hey, they got Deadpool, Wolverine. They're
Yeah,
gonna be
I
fine.
know.
They're gonna be
They've
just fine,
already
guys.
made $100 million, and the
They-
movie's out, not out.
They
for 2
own Star Wars. They own Marvel.
Yes.
They own so many things. They're gonna be just fine, guys.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be eating their golden corn flakes every morning or whatever the fuck those billionaires
Fair
do.
enough.
So
But you gotta feel a little bad for Hugh Jackman. Before I watched Furiosa, he came out and basically offered to blow me if I bought a ticket to Wolverine Deadpool.
whoa.
Like,
Like
It
he
was kinda
called you
sad.
personally, or
Well,
nope. He is saying it to everybody in the audience.
Well.
He was like, "Hey, bub, this is an ad, because we need this movie to make money.
yeah,
Please, oh please, snicky."
he's like,
well,
I want to be we want it to be $2 billion is what we
well.
want.
You know,
Yeah.
know what? Revealed today, the Deadpool and Wolverine popcorn bucket
is
just a bucket that has Wolverine's face on top of it with his mouth open about that big.
they remade the Dune
Well,
ones?
wasn't it a joke on the Dune?
Oh no,
Yeah.
it was, but it
Yeah.
literally is the bucket.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no, it was
Well,
it was
Alright.
revealed today because I talked about they're going to do a bucket along the lines of Dune 2. Nope, that is the bucket.
That is
So
That's
so there
wonderful.
you go. That's that you get your Wolverine blowjob with realistic looking with
Yeah.
a realistic looking tongue inside the mouth.
all right.
Ah, nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Boys, people's
Fucking ticket sold. It's back on.
there's going to be a giant new trend on OnlyFans in a couple weeks from now. That's all I know. Okay, guys.
It's a TikTok challenge.
Yeah, the TikTok challenge.
You could make it more seductive
The
than Ryan
throat
Reynolds
goat
did in
challenge.
Ryan Reynolds was in that you didn't see him at all. You just saw his gloves of Deadpool running its fingers along the face and everything like that, pouring popcorn slowly into its mouth. And then at one point just squirted butter over the face as it dripped down and wiped his finger across.
Yeah.
Well, I know I'm pre-ordering my popcorn bucket and buying my tickets right after this. So let's get out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. Fine, I'll watch it. Until next week, I am Furiosa.
I am Christiosa.
Copiosa.
Shut up, Dan Snyder.
Via satellite. I'm in bullet town.
Pew, 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 pew.
Shut up, Dan Snyder.
All right. Peace, guys.
Bye.